What's going on, good people? Let's do a pretty big one here on secret societies, the Jesuits, Zionism, Freemasonry, Illuminati, and what a lot of people bring forth is stories and ideas about these, and how most people are just glossing over the entire spectrum of people that are part of these types of societies, and how bizarre it is that people are out here making all of these videos and making claims against certain types of groups, and calling them secret. They're not secret if you know about them. Huh? Is that so difficult to comprehend? When a magician, if anybody has seen the movie The Prestige, wonderful movie, or The Illusionist, here even better. In The Illusionist, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. But I'm going to give part of it away. Um, Part of it is where this this one character decides to give away one of the secrets to the illusion, to how the trick worked, and it took all the fun away. It took all of the curiosity and the care, and it actually it's a main focal point of the movie if you really pay attention to it, because he shows it to a girl that he falls in love with, and then she becomes disinterested. It's a very interesting thing. Um, Now, and this is what this middle ground, as a magician, would never tell you. There's always misdirection in magic. There's misdirection in what you'd call the illuminated ones. Well, this is not the illuminated people, and luminaries and the Illuminati are really essentially three different things. Just as Freemasonry is. Does anybody know the difference between being illuminated, being part of the Illuminati, what Freemasonry is, and what's the umbrella terms? And some people claim to know this. Are they part of those societies, or are they like Manly P. Hall? Let's get a little deeper here, because once again, there aren't too many secret societies. Because if they're secret, then well, obviously you don't know about them, do you? A while ago, Savan Bomard put out a piece on. Oh, do you want to talk about real secret societies? Do you know who the Diaboli, the Ordinati, and the Intrepidi are? And everybody said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Here's new terms. We haven't heard of these before. Those are the real secret ones." Well, then now let's say they're not secret anymore, are they? So we're talking about levels of information as well as societies, and what is the hidden hand, what is hidden, why it would be hidden. And I'm not going to go to the deepest level of this. I'm not going to get into the metaphysician world and being a sorcerer, or you are the source of everything and it's just a mindscape. We're not going to play that game. We're talking about where we are as a differentiated bunch of people that, yes, we are all one, but inside of this giant, giant stage that we're all playing on, and we get all that, but there's a certain few things on this stage that we're on, this flat plane of existence, that we can look at and say, hey, let's try to figure this out together. And here's what we can amass through. Let's use Manly P. Hall. He was not a Freemason, or was he? He doesn't claim to have been. He had all the knowledge. Let's get into all this other stuff. If people are revealing the secrets to Freemasonry, they get killed. Manly P. Hall, how old was he? Like 90 years old? Freely, completely, and absolutely wrote about everything in Freemasonry. You ever heard him talk? He's a genius. He's a wonderful person. You can hear it in his voice. The information he unveils. It's magical. Yeah, some of it might have been wrong. Was some of it to misdirect? Maybe. Was some of it because he didn't know any better? Maybe. But the depth of his work, the breadth of his work is huge. And there's a lot of people. Here's what we can also consider when we talk about these societies and these groups of people. Within every group of people, there are factions and people that are ignorant to what's going on. If you joined a business, you're not the CEO. You're someone sweeping the floor. You don't even know what the management is doing, and you don't care. But you're part of that organization, so you must be part of the evil cabal. Well, that's just not true. I mean, maybe you're part of it, but out of ignorances and no wisdom of what's going on, you're sweeping the floor. You know, but if you become middle management, well, you still don't know what the CEO thinks. You don't know what that organization is really doing. So until you really get to the top essence, the echelon, you could never know, unless you were that, unless you were the actual chief. That's the only person that really knows. And even at that, when we talk about the larger construct, and I'll just go a little bit deeper here, and this is a little bit of a side note. Even that larger chief of an organization, I mean, what are they out for? To get the material world? Are they really out there to make the world a better place? Who knows? But the point is part these people, part of these groups, part of these organizations. When you join, if you do, these people have no idea what's going on. They're like, oh, hey, this is a cool club, and there's cool things that go on behind these doors, and these people seem to have power. And then they go through these levels and find out a different piece of information. But what is in the grand hierarchy, in the grand scope of things? Like, does anybody know any Zionists? Does anybody know these? I've met plenty of Jewish people that are wonderful. I've met plenty of people that are Jewish that suck. I've met plenty of Chinese people that suck that are great. Who knows? It doesn't matter. We're all human here. We have different levels of power. This is certain. This is absolute. People have accessed different levels of, when we talk about power and creativity and their magical self. Some people want to be sorcerers. Some people want to be magicians. Some people want to be there's white magicians. Some people want to be gray magicians. Some people want to be. It's irrelevant, because the point I'm trying to make here is all of these people that give you all of these charts. Well, if you believe that these people are liars anyways, then who's bringing this information forth? Maybe they're lying. Maybe it's one more misdirection rabbit hole for you to go down. Because what does it really matter? Oh, well, should you go join them? Well, I don't know. Go do it. I don't know. I don't know. And then you spend your entire life trying to figure out the secrets to come to the top, to realize there were no secrets, or it is all evil. It is all of the devil plane. Or maybe you get to the top and realize, oh, this was actually all for the greater good. And maybe we're stuck inside of a dome, and there's these giants that live beneath us or outside of us that want to attack us, and we put the dome up to keep out the evil that's outside of us. Well, who knows? I don't know. If I did know, and I was part of these claimed secret societies, well, I wouldn't tell you, would I? Why would I? What if I had good purpose? The noble lie, as they put it. And it's not even that. It's like, what does the magician do? They hide something. Why do they hide something? For your entertainment, maybe. It's like this. What is the? Let me make another leap for you. But this is exactly what it is. What is the shadow self? What is the ego? It's what's hidden from you. It's what's in your subconscious mind that controls everything. It's hidden from you because it's murky to you, because you don't know your dreams. Why? And we could get into a lot of the reasons this happened coming to this plane of existence. This fall, the fall of man, as God came down to be man, so man could become God. We could play that game, but it's exactly what the hidden part is. It's what the shadow is. Shaddai. It's what's in the shade. And why is it? What is the shade good for? Well, if it's really sunny out, shade's pretty nice, isn't it? The darkness is kind of nice, isn't it? Because the different types of magic goes on there. It's a silence. It's a comforting place. It's getting out of body. It's the Godhead. Well, why is out of nothing become everything? What is that? That kind of, you can't understand it because you haven't been there, but you were there. You were there before you were birthed. So if you're gonna die one day, what were you before you were alive? See, but nature abhors a vacuum. So what do we notice? That you're immortal, and you were already in the darkness and the light. So what am I getting at here? The psychology, philosophy, the way people see secret societies. Well, here's the thing: is if they're out there telling you, it's not so secret, is it? I can walk through the market and buy myself a Freemason ring. So, okay, I go do that. I go put one on. I walk around. Am I a Freemason? Am I a Freemason just because I say I am? Because what does Freemason mean? It means free builder, free mother sun, the mother of the sun, to bind two forces, right? Okay, well, I can freely go build something. So wouldn't I claim that? And what's the always the thing? They say, well, if they are part of a secret society, they wouldn't tell you anyways, or they would lie about it. So if I said I was or I said I wasn't, just like anybody that's around you, what? How would you know? How could you care? What? All you can do is like, are these people the ones that you can just go? Is that person right there doing something that is harmful or helpful, benefiting humanity? That's about all you can really say, because you can't do anything but individualize people. You can't group these people together, because even people in organizations don't have the whole blueprint or map of what the organization is doing. Only the people that decided to make the organization. That's who you need to go to. You can't even looking at people within the government. Look at people within the government. You say, oh, these are all evil people. Like, I've met people that are in governmental agencies. I've met people like, no, they're not. Some of these people are just stupid. And I don't mean to say it so bluntly, but they're ignorant. They don't, stupid isn't the right word. It's just ignorance. And it's not even ignorance. It's that they're avoiding something that they just don't know. How would they know? They think they're, okay, I'm going to get involved in politics. I'm going to become a teacher. Because they really do want to help. They're good-hearted, good-minded people that say, I want to go help the world. But then they get in part of these organizations that all of a sudden are dirtying the water, murking the water. All of a sudden there's these education books that aren't actually telling the truth, that are misguiding people, and there's literally people poisoning the water, and oh, but the science says that it's this. But then we can go, oh, well, it's these evil scientists. And I go, well, how many of those scientists actually know that what they're pushing forth is not true? Most of them don't think that. Most of them actually think that what they're doing is good, right? So now if you do this in all of the organizations, whatever societies, businesses, you can do this with anyone. Like, look at people that have jobs that we just go, oh, it's like you give them this tiny amount of space and they just, like, they have power over this little space. Like this whole thing, getting on an airplane now, before you go through the airport, you have to go through the TSA. Well, look at who's working at TSA. Like, what? They don't. I mean, it's a good paying job, and they're just like, man, I need a job. Here you go. This is easy. Like, they haven't philosophized and considered the whole dynamic of what life is and how ridiculous it is that would occur. So, once again, we have to really consider this information that comes forth, and these societies, the secret societies, they're not secret, are they? The secrets of these societies aren't so secret. If I can go and read Manly P. Hall's The Secret Teachings of All Ages, if I can go and read all of these books by these supposed or unsupposed Freemasons, and then I could look at them and say, okay, are they hiding something here? Are they coding something here? Is it hidden for a good reason or bad reason? How much power is in here? There's so many different things that go into this that I think most people don't correctly observe, because of their own need to find the evil thing. They're taught into a dualistic world. They're taught into a, then we can always go, well, some way that happened, and some way the lie and bullshit occurred. Okay, then the need to go, okay, well, lies and bullshit, good and evil, we must find the evil that exists. And so we hound and try to find that thing, the source cause of everything that's bad. But yet that's not true. There isn't. Maybe some things went awry somewhere, but even if you found it, what's that going to cause? Are you going to fix it once? No. So the focus of all of this is ultimate creation comes from one source, Godhead. Boom, your mental universe. So we got to that. And then the deviation amongst that goes into subconscious, shadow self, ego, and then what are all of these secret societies, these compartmentalized institutions? And I guess this is all really just to say, as individuals, I don't think there's too many, we can get into what sociopaths are, what psychopaths are, why people's behavior happens as it does. And here, let's just go a little deeper. Why do people get participate in these cultish behaviors? Well, because they were sold an idea of scarcity, the scaring of the city, the scaring of the power, scarcity, that there won't be enough. Even though we do live in abundance, but we can look around and see these things that are completely just overwhelmingly on a daily basis pounding into our heads of scarcity and fear and terror and consumption, right? And we can okay, where is this coming from? What's the source? And I can go, okay, well, this media institution. Well, certainly, yes. And but these people are just, marching in line, following orders for a paycheck. Because why? Well, they need to take care of their family. And so now, all of a sudden, their family turns into their the group that their corporation. Now, okay, that's what's taken care of. But at what cost? Oh, now all of a sudden these people are like, well, I got to take care of my family, so we're selling something. What's the popular thing these days? It's selling meat product, GMO meat products with. I mean, you know what I mean? That we get into like, what is the most filthy thing out there? But people will sell it, like McDonald's. Like, why would anybody own a McDonald's? It's filthy and disgusting, right? Everybody knows this. If it feeds your family and the closest people to you, you have a distinction to make. If you could save you and 10 of your friends and 10 other people you don't know, or you can save them and let the 10 friends die, right? I mean, this is a simple thing that occurs for most people. And that's not even a choice. That's just like, that's obvious. So, what is this answer to why do people become psychopath, sociopath, narcissist, all of these cluster B personality disorders, all of these things? It's all a scarcity. And we've been taught that. And who knows where it comes from, but we know it's not true, and how can we aid and change that? And how can we, because there's so many people that, the process of, as they call it, awakening or becoming into a spiritual realm, or what are the process of that is getting all of this information, having to go through these steps of thinking, oh my God, this is crazy. The world is crazy out here. Whoa, these things exist? Where, what is this? And all of a sudden you go through these things and like, okay, there's satellites and they're everywhere, and and then all of a sudden you go, a couple years later you go, you know what? It seems like there's no satellites. Whoa. Oh, that was a misdirection. The world's spinning around. There's meteors flying at us. We're about to get in. We got to get to Mars. Wait a second. The Earth is flat? Well, that's crazy. And there's no, planets are just moving bodies of energy, and I've never just took the time to look through a really high power telescope. Oh, wow. Oh, I've been just taking everyone else's word for this, and then you have to then you go deeper, and like, how many of these people are just selling these words, selling these ideas? Again, it's irrelevant. I think it really is like, what is the source of it? If no one's found it to this point, then then apparently maybe it's never gonna be found. But we can't handle it. We must know where it came from. So let me just repeat something here and see if this will stir me to kind of complete this idea, because I don't know that I completed it, but it really is just giving people the viewpoint of you can't just point at these societies. You can't look at them and say that's the one, because every time we just like science disproves itself all the time, these secret societies, once again, we find something behind that one. And all of a sudden, after it was the Jews, then it was the Zionists, and then it was the Jesuits, and then after it was the Jesuits, it was it might be the Black Pope. Okay, then we go a little farther than that and say, oh no, we're back to the Vatican. It's actually the Vatican. And then, oh no, was it the Vatican the whole time? Then we go, oh no, it's not even. America's government isn't even in place. It's just it's them. Wait a second, it's got to be the Zionists. No, wait, there's 3 new societies that you didn't know about. Ooh, Diaboli, it sounds really, intrepidity means like evil something. I forget what it means. But, oh no, they must be. Wait a second. Okay, now are they even secret anymore now, or is that just misdirection? Oh no. So this is what we keep doing. And so, even from the level of what these societies are, they're not secret. The information's always been there. and what is it on an individual scale that people that are part of these groups are doing? Most of these people are clueless, and that's what, you know, they're uneducated, they're miseducated. It's always said, people that read the newspaper, or people that don't read the newspaper, are uninformed. People that read the newspaper are misinformed. This is easy, and these people have been part of the system that miseducated them, or part of systems that didn't give them any information because they just ignored it because they realized it was bullshit information. And now instead they take jobs and they're part of, you know, look at these teachers. Watch teachers that want to, look at John Taylor Gatto's Underground History of American Education, dumbing us down. He was a New York State Teacher of the Year. New York City Teacher of the Year. And he wrote an op-ed piece for the New York Times saying, "I quit, I think." And his first line was, "I want to stop hurting children." And then he goes on to explain what the classroom is and what it's all built for. But he was part of it. And he had to be part of the institution to see how ridiculous it was. And all these, and that's from a highly intelligent human being. And now you have people all over the country, all over the world, that are part of different corporations, organizations, societies, that their levels of intellect, intelligence, and looking at the whole thing, they don't know any better. They're just, you know, groping, grasping in the darkness of the night to be part of something that will help them improve their lives. And at what cost? At everyone's? I don't know, but most people don't see that. They don't see how, oh, a little bit of poison here, a little bit of poison there. You know, that's. But then when you add it all up, like, there's poisoning coming from all of these corporate. I mean, see, that's the larger view of it. That's a larger look from a higher level. But once again, the point here is that these people that are part of all of these societies and organizations, they're the ones that need to be educated on these things. Because how would they know? How are all these people telling you that I've heard these, you know, highly intelligent people coming out here with all of these great videos, but they come to these conclusions. I'm like, but what is it doing? What is it really accomplishing when we just say it's a Zionist? Well, go find a Zionist for me. Go stop that. Who's going to stop that? Do we have an army here in America, or in this corporation of the United States? Do we have something here that's going to go over and stop that? Do we have to educate all those people and they can go and like run through the walls of Jerusalem and Israel and make sure that we fix things there and we find all of these Zionists? Is that a claim? Is that a label? Are they imprinted with that? Is that just one more media propagation of something that really doesn't exist in a way that we think it does? There's somebody actually behind that. It's like the yellow brick road and the little guy that's standing trying to make things, you know, look fearful. So hopefully everybody got a little something out of this, and I'll go further on this and get a little deeper, but I think this pretty much covers the main idea of what I want to give people, which is secret societies aren't that secret, the secrets aren't secret, and if there is magic and misdirection happening, then you don't know what it is. It's like I've taught people in my earlier work about language, and people go, oh, well, how come we don't know this? How can you break words down that? Like, it's because you don't know the code, so how could you have to backwards map the whole thing? If you knew the code, then you would have already figured it out, but you don't, so how could you? How could you know that if you take the word, you know, whatever the word might be, and you flip it around, because you didn't get taught that way? Why would they teach you what would unshackle the chains of your own enslavement of your mind? If they were actually chaining your mind, whoever it is, right? So, hope everybody got a little something out of this, and we'll chat soon. Cheers, y'all.